By Brett, can I get a second, please?
Second.
Second by Dave. This is a roll call vote, and this pertaining to canceling this public hearing and then going with the new date of September 23rd. Brett, how do you vote?
Aye.
Angela, how do you vote? Keith, how do you vote?
Aye.
Okay, John, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Dave, how do you vote?
Aye.
Let that, you know that that's passed. So we will we'll go into the number 3. That's a resolution approving the water service agreement with Osceola County Rural Water System Incorporated. Sure, Greg, you have some information pertaining to this?
I do. It's basically an offer. It's a proposed contract that was approved by Osceola County Rural Water Systems Board last Thursday night at their regular meeting. If the annexation goes through, and this is contingent on that, it's not a blanket purchase of their territory or that particular customer. But if it goes through, we would need to have come to some resolution with Osceola Rural Water about who would be serving water. The city clearly would want to serve water to anybody that it can within the city limits. They have some limitations, but it's their territory. We can't just put down pipe and go to work there, even if the property is annexed. And so they approved an agreement for purchase of their ability to serve this property. That's not limited to this customer, it's any future customers on that property of the legal description, which matches the legal description in the annexation for the Lee Seaman Jr. property. Purchase price is $75,000 based on their formula, which they've used with another city in the past. Based on our expectations and based on the formula they used, it's an extremely reasonable offer, in my opinion, and our experience in the past with other similar water situations. So, if that's locked up, that's just another, I don't want to, checking the box is the right phrase, but that's just another plus. And something that wouldn't be ambiguous if and when we get in front of the city development board to talk about the annexation. If they want to know who's going to serve water, this allows us to serve it forever, so to speak.
Are there any questions for Mr. Owens pertaining to this issue?
Something that was noted in the discussion is fire service too, which is
Yeah, there's some,
adequate with this deal.
well, we would be.
Yeah.
Correct, 100%. That's another issue. I'm not saying they would agree with what I'm going to say, but I think it's fair to say with the type of pipe they use and the system that they would put in, there would be some debate about the ability and adequacy of fire protection for the development, which I think in part is why I think we would probably agree to being so reasonable about not insisting on serving or trying to prevent us from doing that. Yeah, it's you may recall when the dwellings area was annexed, Osceola Rural Water didn't even ask for anything at that time, but I think the board's determined that maybe they shouldn't be giving up territory that's valuable without getting something for it. So this formula, for example, is something they use with the city of Sibley in a similar but smaller annexation situation shortly after the dwellings was released to our use 4 years ago.
Any other questions? Not hearing any. This is a resolution, so again, I would need a motion to enter into the resolution.
Motion.
Okay, got a motion by John. Could I get a second, please?
Second.
Second by Brett. Okay, roll call vote. Dave, how do you vote?
Aye.
John, how do you vote?
Aye.
Keith, how do you vote?
Aye.
Angela, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Brett, how do you vote?
Aye.
All right, that did pass also. Thank you. All right, we are now moving into number 4. That's the resolution certifying delinquent charges to the Dixon County Treasurer. And in the packet that shows to be
Mowing,
Mowing, another mowing charge?
Southern Hills outlots,
Okay, all right,
mostly.
okay, all right. Anybody had any questions pertaining to, well, about this mowing issue? Okay, we're hearing none, so this is another resolution, so I need a motion to enter into the resolution. Okay, motion by Keith, can I get a second, please?
Second.
Second by Angela. Dave, this is a roll call vote, excuse me, so Dave, how do you vote?
Aye.
John, how do you vote?
Aye.
Keith, how do you vote? Angela? Angela, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Brett, how do you vote?
Aye.
All right, that's also passed. Number 4, another resolution certifying the delinquent charges to the Dixon County Treasurer, that is pertaining to property.
Also mowing in response to a complaint at 1808 Denver.
Okay, pretty self-explanatory, the information's in front of you, but any questions for this? Hearing none, need a motion to enter into the resolution?
So moved.
Okay, say motion by Angela, second by Dave. There's a roll call vote. Keith, how do you vote?
Aye.
Okay, Angela, how do you vote?
Aye.
Brett, how do you vote?
Aye.
John, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Keith, how do you vote?
Dave votes aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dave, I apologize. Sorry for that mix-up. I don't know what I was trying to get this done. All right, let me know that that did pass too. So, number 6 is the discussion and possible action regarding the 2025 Cities Relate Line Pit Discharge Improvement Project. We have Zach from Beck Engineering. Would you like to come up here and explain some of the situation?
Sure.
With us, please?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So quote came back for the line pit project, and we had one quote returned, 3 applicants. I think the main culprit was lack of competition and tight timeline for quoters. You'll see the big number here is the pump station itself, where we have a pretty good idea of what we're going to expect. So I think the contractor came in a little high on that, which resulted in kind of a skewed number. I think, like I said, the lack of time that the contractor had to put the quote together with the schedule that the DNR kind of set forth, restricted some contractors from putting in.
What is the new, if we decide not to obviously take this proposal and we reopen it up again, what's the time frame on the?
That's something that I'll kind of gauge with contractors to see what they need to
So
bring
they
in some more.
would actually have a longer period, I mean,
Potentially,
a bigger window to
Yeah,
work through?
Potentially, yeah.
And that's okay with the DNR.
Yeah, I believe so. I think the big key factor is that we get it operational by the end of the year. The residual stuff, the paving, the repaving, the surface restoration stuff can kind of happen in the spring if it needs to, but we really need to get it operating before 3 weeks before the year.
Any other questions for Zach? Well, I thank you very much for keeping, looking over this and
Yep.
catching. Obviously, it's a pretty easy catch, but I appreciate you bringing it to our attention.
Yeah, and I've had some preliminary conversations with some contractors, and I think I would be looking forward to more competitive quotes come in if we reissued this out.
Again, thank you for your time, sir.
Yep.
Greg, what's your recommendation on this?
Based on that, I think if the council wants to reject this, it would be a motion to reject this quote from Holstein to send the project back out for quotation subject to Mr. Arneson's discretion in determining the time to send it out and the time to respond. Because that's a little general, and then we don't have to have it come back for another meeting in case he thinks he's ready to send that out this week or even the week after.
Okay, pretty much hear what he had to say. Okay, good. All right. Well, basically, is this, I need a motion to cancel this work order. I guess that's
I'd say reject the competitive quotation.
Reject the competitive quotation. So that's just strictly a motion.
And to authorize Zach to
Oh, yes,
send
to
it back
authorize,
out if that's what.
Oh, absolutely, and to authorize Zach to send it back out to,
And then we'll see those quotes.
yes.
Get it approved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just, yeah. So with that in mind, can I get a motion for that, please? Okay, motion by Dave, can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Brett, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nope, that's a resolution.
I'm sorry?
Isn't that the resolution?
No.
No.
No resolution there. Okay, anybody opposed? Not hearing anything? That is taken care of now, all right. That will end that, so we can move into communications, there's actually nothing in the packets, so yes, and the next would be the comments by public. Anybody from the public wishes to speak, please come to the podium and state your name and your address.
Vicki Larson, taxpayers Fairway. A couple things that I've noticed, I appreciate your allowing that discussion on your motions and stuff, so that you have time to offer that. One of the things, the placement that you have public input on your agenda, that if anyone of the public would wish to comment on anything of your agenda that you're going to be voting on, that you really should put that ahead of any votes that you take, just in case a member of the public would like to comment on those agenda items. So if you keep that in mind, please, that say any of the resolutions or any of the things that you're going to deal with, that if someone has a strong opinion and wishes to voice that, it's a good idea to allow them to voice that before you vote. Until after you vote, that's a little late. Okay? Thank you for your time.
Right. Anybody else from the public wishing to speak? All right, hearing none, we'll move to comment by mayor, council, and staff. Anybody have anything to add to it? Not hearing anything. Could I get a motion to adjourn, please?
Motion.
Motion by John, could I get a second? Second by Angela, all in favor? Opposed? Opposed, none carried. Thank you. Everybody have a good evening and goodbye. What did that really do?